Imagine The Walking Dead TV show, but as a VR video game. Now all you have to do is make it a massive downgrade to other Walking Dead VR games like Saints and Sinners, make it so it takes 3 shots to the head to kill a zombie, hire Norman Reedus and Josh McDermott, the actors for Daryl and Eugene, absolutely butcher Rick's voice acting because they couldn't hire on Andrew Lincoln, and then create a story between season 8 and 9 of the show that absolutely no one cares about, and then my friend, you would have created The Walking Dead Onslaught. I am very indifferent on The Walking Dead Onslaught, because on one hand, I've only picked up the game for $7, and what I have played of The Walking Dead Onslaught has been nothing short of actually awesome for the price I paid. But just because I only paid $7 for this game does not mean that I can ignore criticisms that I would have with the game, like its poor storytelling and voice acting. Like, I completely understand they couldn't get Andrew Lincoln because of scheduling conflicts or because they just didn't have enough money to hire him, but can you not get someone that sounds like they're trying to sound like Rick? Like, it just really sounds poor. The only voice acting that I really found acceptable in terms of what The Walking Dead Onslaught should be was coming from Eugene's voice actor, Josh McDermott. His little one-liners when you're starting supply runs is just always fun to hear.
I would like to believe this will go smoothly. Mostly because that means I won't have to exit this fine vehicle.
And don't even get me started on killing zombies. Why? And I mean why? Does it take 3 bullets to kill 1 zombie? Hey, stop it. You're still alive. You're still alive. Seriously. Like, what is that? Come on. But yes, the voice acting may be poor, and the zombie hit registration when it takes 3 bullets to kill 1 zombie and then immediately go for another zombie and they also don't die to a bullet to the skull may be poor as well. But the one thing that I actually really enjoy about The Walking Dead Onslaught is the level design, especially in the supply run missions. The supply missions run in a way of you are dropped into this area that the developers have created for you, loaded with zombies. You go through areas, bashing through doors, entering houses, bars, collecting resources to bring back to Alexandria to upgrade buildings, which can also increase your health and other perks, as well as upgrades to weapons, which I'll get into a little bit later into more depth. But the supply runs offer a sort of challenge that I haven't really found anywhere else in the game. The main story missions are pretty easy compared to the supply runs, especially as you get later on into the game. Some of the areas can be just outright difficult. But honestly, as I'm finishing some of these supply missions that can just be outright painful, I would rather be anywhere else. But like I said earlier, finding supplies and ammo and resources in turn can help you rebuild Alexandria to upgrade stats, weapons, and all that cool stuff, which I feel like is a really awesome feature. And honestly, when looking into it, these developers could have made an entire game out of this system alone. Like, this could be an entire game without the main story with Daryl, and we'll get into that as well. But my main gripe with this game is that its mechanics at the core, being a VR game, is disappointing compared to previous installments of the Walking Dead VR games, like Saints and Sinners in particular. You can't climb, you can't throw weapons, like, there's not much in turn you can do when actually killing zombies outside of using the weapons that the developers have given you, and some of them are outright awesome, and finding them in the main story and in supply runs in turn allows you to use them in future supply runs. Like, you can find Daryl's crossbow in one of the main missions, and then you're able to upgrade and use that in the supply runs. I don't know why Daryl didn't have his crossbow in the first place, but I won't question it. Another cool feature of the supply runs is that you actually get to choose the character you play as, whether it's Rick, Michonne, or Carol, and they all have their own little dialogue in the supply runs, so some kind of replayability there. Even though that the supply runs are really cool in my opinion, and I also really like the building up Alexandria to upgrade my stats and all that stuff, you can actually visually see the buildings being built and upgraded. How does it run? How is it handled with VR? And, you know, like, there are many issues. Well, I'm really unhappy to report that sometimes it can be worse than Daryl being stuck in that cell listening to We're on Easy Street. Now, I'm playing this game off of Steam on my PlayStation VR 2, and it's just extremely annoying how so many times my left hand will get stuck in the air, or my right hand will get stuck in the air, or sometimes both hands will get stuck in the air. And this doesn't happen with like when I'm just walking around the main camp of Alexandria. This will happen in critical moments when I'm fighting zombies. So when I'm in like this big gunfight, my gun will be in like the top right, and I can still move it, but like I can't actually kill any zombies because I'll just be wasting bullets, or my sword will be inside of me, so I can't swing at zombies either. It's just extremely frustrating, especially since I have died because of it several times. I'll have zombies that surround me, and my only way out is to be able to stab a few so I can make it through. But when my hand is inside of me, so I can't swing, and you can't fight with both hands since you have to choose right-handed or left-handed, so I can't swing with my left hand at all, I'm screwed. I just have to die and lose supplies. And because I start to get headaches around 40 to 50 minutes in after having a VR headset on, it's really frustrating that 20 minutes are wasted because of a glitch, because of the VR game. Because it's not even up to me, right? It's just because the cameras aren't tracking the controllers properly. Now, I do realize that this could definitely just be the work of the PSVR 2, and its compatibility with the Walking Dead Onslaught. But honestly, like, take it with a grain of salt. It definitely could be my headset, or it could just be the game. But other than the really annoying controls and everything, the one thing that I love about this game is the weapons that the game gives you. Some of them are just outright badass. You can have several different kinds of pistols, several different kinds of assault rifles, Daryl's crossbow, machete, pipe wrench, hammer, cleaver, so many different kinds of weapons. Michonne's sword you can unlock, just so many different things. A fire axe, Negan's baseball bat if you pay for the deluxe edition, which I did. You can get a skin for the baseball bat to make it look like Lucille, which after seeing that, you know what, paying an extra $1, definitely worth it in my opinion. It's Lucille, let's be honest here, and I do love Negan. But the one thing I don't love about Negan is, what he did to Glenn and Daryl.
Still there? I just don't know. It seems like you're trying to speak.
And what's really cool is that every single weapon offers upgrades from the resources that you gain out in the main story and also on the supply runs, which even unlocks more replayability. You can get laser sights, you can get scopes, extended mags, you can have an effect on the knife that lets you heal as you're killing zombies. Just some cool stuff like that, and it offers more ways to play. The only issue that I necessarily have, and it's not even a big one, it's just that your upgrades for the weapons, I feel like, happen too quickly, right? It's just, you can upgrade your weapon way too fast. Each weapon has 4 different distinct upgrades, and I feel like, sometimes with the amount of resources I have, I can just get all 4 upgrades, and boom, the weapon is fully upgraded. And it's just like, it feels too fast. It feels like there should be something special I have to get, at least maybe like for the last upgrade or something. Now, the last thing I've yet to talk about is the story of The Walking Dead Onslaught. Now, the story is told through Daryl retelling all of the missions to Rick, so Rick can understand why Daryl was out in a situation where he was trying to save a girl. And I'm gonna be honest, and this is just in my opinion, how many times we've seen Daryl in The Walking Dead go out to save a girl. It's true to his character, but it's nothing new, right? It's not something special to the story at all, which is why I personally find it bland. But the actual main missions are definitely a lot of fun to play. So you can talk with Daryl at the campfire in between your supply run missions, gaining new insight onto what he was doing, and every single mission will offer new levels, new areas to explore, and new weapons to find, some that you will not be able to find out on the supply runs. You can also find food and resources out on the main missions as well, so it's not completely useless when it comes to building up Alexandria. But my personal main gripe with this system is that you are forced to do the supply missions in between the main story missions. So if you want to play this game just for the story and you don't want to worry about the supply missions or the upgrades or anything else, you are forced to. You are forced to find people, you are forced to go out and collect enough resources so more people will come to Alexandria in order to unlock those new missions by Daryl, which I find extremely disappointing. But what I do like is that you actually get to play as Daryl during the main missions, but you can't play as Daryl in the supply runs, which I kind of find weird. But overall, the main story is solid in ways. I, again, do like how they slowly introduce the different enemy types and all the weapons that you can find, and the upgrades that you do add to the weapons outside of the main campaign are given to you in the actual campaign with Daryl as well. So if you upgrade the crossbow, for example, you'll get those upgrades in the main campaign. The pistol, you'll get those upgrades. Out of everything that I've talked about, I can definitely say that I've enjoyed this campaign and the entire game in general for the $7 that I spent. It is a fun game. Its story is mediocre, at least in my opinion, compared to the rest of The Walking Dead. Its combat is a lot of fun when it works. When the combat system works really well and you're just like shooting zombies, they're actually dying to headshots, it is a ton of fun. When the supply runs get that just right moment of anxiety where you're scared. You got like 8 zombies around you, you got to get to the van and you got to shoot your way through tons of them and start stabbing them and slicing and dicing. It can be tons of fun. This game offers that, and I feel like it's one of the better VR games that you can buy for $7. Now, as a full price game, this is ass. I'm gonna be honest here. This is mediocre on so many levels. If you spent, say, $50 on this game, $30 on this game, I would laugh at you because I'd be disappointed, honestly, because you should have gotten this game for cheaper. This game is nowhere near worth $30. I do not think mechanically it is strong suited enough compared to other Walking Dead games like Saints and Sinners where it warrants a price tag like that. But if you have a VR headset and once this game is again on discount for $7 Canadian, I highly recommend you go out and play it. I've put about 8 hours into the game. I finished it. I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm probably going to play it maybe every once in a while just to kill a few zombies, maybe like get the last few Steam achievements. I've very much enjoyed my time with the game for the $7 that I spent. If I spent 50, I'd be a lot more like angry and ranty right now. But calm collective because I did not, break the bank in terms of a VR headset game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this video? Dislike it? Have you played The Walking Dead Onslaught? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know. But if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing for more videos like this one in particular. I've had a lot of fun making this video. It actually has taken a while for writing a script, for making sure that I have all these little things put together. I have very much enjoyed this video. So again, thank you all for watching, and remember, we're on Easy Street, and it feels so sweet. 'Cause the world is but a treat when you're on Easy Street. And we're breaking out the good champagne. We're sitting pretty on a gravy train. And when we sing every sweet refrain right here on Easy Street.